So this has happened to us in the past as well. One of
This
our
is the first
previous,
time we are facing it.
that's quite okay. This happens. So it is the divine will that I have to restart this meeting or restart this presentation. So I'm completely okay with it, happy with it. So if I say something twice, hopefully it will play at least once, right? Anyhow, we'll talk about scientific principles for health and well-being. Before I start my presentations, I always like to give a disclaimer. The information I present is not intended for the purpose of providing medical advice. I'm only going to share my experience. So what you find suitable from it, you should take it. What you find not suitable for your situation or your condition, you can let go, that's okay. We'll talk about health, well-being, some principles, how to maintain good health. What about food? I'll tell you my experiments about natural food, some practical advantages, some do's and don'ts, and then real life experience. I'll also talk briefly about yoga, which I do, and then concluding remarks. So try to finish this in about 20 minutes. So what is health? The dictionary will tell you health means a state of being free from illness or injury, which is a person's mental or physical condition. But in my case, I define health as a sense of ease and equilibrium. What is well-being? It's a state of being comfortable, healthy, or happy. I define that at 3 levels: physical, mental, and spiritual. You know, we talk about also 8 dimensions of wellness. I'm going to actually present environmental wellness as a part of this 8 dimensions of wellness in a separate program in the next couple of months. I'll share some recordings if I can get those. Let's look at some fundamental principles. All living organisms, including all human beings, we seek health and well-being always. Nature has programmed all of us, all organisms, for health and well-being, which is essential for our survival and propagation. Health and well-being depend upon healthy food, healthy environment, and harmony among organisms and their environment. These are just fundamental principles we need to understand. If we understand the rules of the game, we can play the game well, right? So how do we maintain good health? Appropriate food, exercise, work, recreation, and rest. So what about food? This is the area in which I have done a lot of experiments. So I'll be happy to share those with you. See, no living beings other than humans cook their food. That's what we see in nature, right? While enhancing the flavor and improving digestibility of some food items, cooking will also decrease the nutritional and energy value of food. Therefore, what will happen? To satisfy our requirements, we will need to eat larger quantities of material. If we eat larger quantity of material and get a small amount of nutrition out of it, then the rest of the material our body will have to throw away as waste, isn't it? So therefore, what is the food natural for us? That's what I talked about, or that's what I thought about, and I'm going to talk about now, is the food produced through photosynthesis. So 4 types of food will be included in this definition. Number 1 is fruits. Number 2, vegetables, and soaked nuts or seeds, and then sprouted grains and lentils. So these are the foods that come under natural food. In my experience, if we can subsist on these, if we start enjoying these, then we will remain healthy and happy. Because natural food contains enzymes useful for digestion. The process of eating natural food is energy efficient. No additional energy input for processing. When you start liking it, or when you get used to it, then you will realize that natural food is juicy, tasty, and full of life energy. It will provide many health benefits. If you have any lifestyle diseases, they will get reversed. I have experienced this in my own case also. I used to have allergies. I used to have irritable bowel syndrome. All of that went away. Body weight and BMI, blood sugar, blood cholesterol, blood pressure, heart rate, all of these things will become normal. Sickness will be rare, and the recovery will be very quick. Our immunity will improve. Natural food will build a healthy gut microbiome. Inflammation gets reduced. Mucus levels get reduced. Allergies get reduced. Our body flexibility improves. Oral hygiene is also improved. We get a clear, glowing skin, and body odor is reduced. Some practical advantages: our food requirement is lower, therefore we generate less waste. our sleep quantity goes down, the amount or the number of hours we have to sleep goes down. Therefore, our productivity is higher. There is no jet lag. Then you save time because you don't have to cook. And of course, you don't have to do your dishes. Cooking fuel is saved and cooking skills are not necessary. So all of these are practical advantages. Also, I'm not afraid to go to anybody's house because they don't have to cook for me and I don't have to eat what they're cooking. So it's very easy. So how do I live? Okay, to maintain health and well-being, what should we not do and what should we do? What I always suggest to people is we should not make any sudden changes in diet. If you want to go to a natural diet, don't make the change very suddenly. The number one rule we should all follow is don't eat unless hungry. Okay, that is the number one rule in life. If you follow just this one rule, all these other rules will become apparent to you within your own heart. Don't drink unless thirsty. Don't eat more than 2 meals a day. Our friend Dr. Jagannath Dikshit also says the same things. Don't eat past the first burp. This is something we all have to understand and realize within our own experience. This happens when half of our stomach is filled with food and the rest is open for digestive juices and air. We should not eat snacks between meals, and we should avoid stimulants, intoxicants, drugs, refined sugar, refined flour, animal derived products, mushrooms. Most people don't understand this, but mushrooms are very bad for us. And nightshade vegetables. I avoid all of these things and I live very happily even without these. Okay. Okay, we have learned what not to do. Now we should know what to do. So we should follow 7 days a week routine of work, exercise, meal times, recreation, rest. Eat between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., which is when the sun is out in the sky and our digestive fire is in relationship with the sun, according to Ayurveda. And this is what I have experienced also in my own experience. We have to fast overnight between 6 p.m. and 10 a.m., which is about 16 hours. We should eat as much percent raw as possible. So for everybody, 100% raw may not be possible. I try to eat also. When we live with a family, then sometimes, there will be some prasad and some cooked food, so which you eat. But you should eat as much raw as possible. Preferably local and seasonal, whatever grows locally, eat it. If we must eat cooked food, then we should cook simple food using local grains, local beans, and from scratch. And within an hour of cooking, we should eat it. And we should exercise regularly. We should do stretches. In my case, I do Surya Namaskar every day, which is a very powerful exercise for the entire body, especially spine. We should take up a sport or a hobby of our choice. So I play table tennis, as Chandruji has said. This is the Surya Namaskar routine I do every day. 10 steps only. So this is Namaskarasan, then you bend backwards. Then this is Hastapadasan, you bend forwards. Then you go back, one leg, both legs back. This is the plank. And this is the Sashtanga Namaskar. This is the Bhujangasan, Shvanasan. Again, you come back up, Hastapadasan and Namaskarasan. This is the Surya Namaskar I do every day. I try to do about 40 to 50 every morning. I did this morning also, by the way. Then I'll show you some real life experiences going on natural diet, what can happen. So my friend Vinay Pai, he's in his early 50s. By following natural diet and intermittent fasting, I've lost many things. I've lost my weight, inches from my waist, acidity, snoring, negativity to a large extent. Finally, my urge to consume alcohol. So he used to consume alcohol, but he quit, which is nothing short of a miracle. He also reversed his heart ailment. So this has changed his life for good. Another example is our friend Devang Bhai Karia. He's in his early 40s. He used to be 104 kilograms. Through natural diet, intermittent fasting, he has been able to go back to 73 kgs. He can run marathons now, 10 kilometers in 1 hour. Great transformation. Another experience from Bharat Bhai Kothari, my friend in New York. His cholesterol was 200 and 215. It has gone down to less than 150. His A1C used to be 6.4, 6.6. It has gone down to 5.2. His diabetes was reversed without taking any medicine in his early 60s. Another friend of ours from Amaravati, Dr. Navandar, 6 months, he did not cook anything at all. Within 6 months, his diabetes was gone. Energy level is very high. Healing ability is outstanding. In his early 60s, he can do this even in the early 60s, right? My own experience, within 3 months, I became completely normal from being a sumo wrestler. 80 kilograms to 68 kilograms. Blood sugar, normal. Cholesterol, normal. Weight, normal. Blood pressure, normal. All right. Body flexibility. Just look at that. Body strength, body balance. These are the yogasana I do every day. I did today also, by the way, before this webinar. Why do we do yoga? Because yoga can allow lifelong health and fitness. We have a still, serene, peaceful, and blissful mind. It helps us realize who we are because it eliminates the sense of otherness. If I'm peaceful, the society will be peaceful, environment will become peaceful. So these are the advantages. So we should pick up yoga if we have not picked it up yet. So because of all this experience, I've started sharing this with people through a startup we have started recently called Sattva. You're welcome to visit sattva.life when you get a chance, see what we are doing. Through this, we are going to talk to Dr. Dikshit in the next couple of weeks. So most welcome to join, sign up on the sattva.life website. 29th, this will be a program at 7 o'clock also. By all means, join us. So nature has blessed us with capacity and capability to enjoy health and well-being. We should all follow nature's laws to remain healthy and disease-free, and of course, be happy. So thanks a lot for inviting me here. I hope you enjoyed my brief presentation. I'll be happy to take any questions you may have. Start my video also here. Pleasure to be here. So anybody who has any questions, most welcome to ask, and I'll be happy to take questions for the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Viru. Okay, asked to unmute. Yes, Viru bhai, you can ask the question.
Hello, sir. It was a very nice presentation from your side. So I just received a message from one of my friend. I just connected it. It was really refreshing, and I'll definitely actually whatever the things we are told is many people knew about it, but they're not following it due to some circumstances. So, but we strictly we will follow the rules. This one, I have one question, if you don't mind. In the diet system, you have mentioned for the nuts, dry fruits, and all the soaked one. Why it is always soaked is required?
Okay, you may roast them and eat them. That's okay, but roasting will reduce the nutritional value to some extent. If you take raw nuts and if you soak them, then their nutritional value gets enhanced. The proteins becomes easier to digest. The toxins get released in the water while soaking. So after soaking overnight, you should throw away the water because the seed of any or the cover of the seed will contain toxins. Those toxins protect the seed until it is ready to sprout. So when we soak the seeds, then the toxins get released in the water. So you throw away the water, wash the seeds very well, and then you should eat. If you eat them with the covering, that's also okay. If you take the peel off, that's also okay. You can do that. That will reduce the toxicity of the seed. That's why you have to soak it. And then it becomes juicy, it becomes tasty, it becomes sweet. I eat soaked peanuts all the time. I have soaked them last night. I will eat them now after I finish our meeting. Incidentally, yesterday my last meal was at around 2 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock a.m. in my morning here. I've not had anything other than a glass of water. That's all. When I was thirsty, that's all. See, if you are thirsty, then you should drink. If you are hungry, you should eat.
Okay.
Okay. So if you maintain this eating only during the daytime, then we remain very healthy. Starving, upavas does not mean starving. Intermittent fasting does not mean starving. It is a deliberate stopping of food, and that keeps us very healthy. Eating food does not keep us healthy. Fasting keeps us healthy.
Okay.
Dr. Patarkini, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What is your opinion about dal, roti, sabji, chawal, and curds, which we have been having since we were youngsters?
Yeah, that's fine. So we should all have that. If we are used to that, we should eat that. If you want to convert, you should not convert suddenly. You may like to include some fresh food in that, fresh fruit, fresh salad. You try to increase the quantity slowly. That's how I did for about 2 or 3 months. I increased the quantity of natural food gradually. And then I said, I will do an experiment for 2 weeks to eat only natural food and nothing else. I did that purely as an experiment. I observed all the results. You will not believe, I did not have to do the experiment for 2 weeks. Within 10 days, my face changed.
Mhm.
So the experiment I started for 2 weeks has been going on for more than 2.5 years. And it is going on just fine. So after looking at me, do I look malnourished? Do I look like I fast more than 16 hours every day? Do I look like I eat only 2 Anjali food every day? I don't eat more than that. See, if we become more efficient in absorbing the food we eat, it's not how much food we eat, but how much we absorb. That is what is more important. Okay. Last month, there was a person in Gujarat. I think his name was Prahlad Jani. He lived until in his 90s or something, 80s at least. For the last 60 years, he had not eaten anything at all. So without eating also people can live. Food is not essential for us. All right. So how much food is essential for us? I always mention that food is supposed to be eaten like medicine. In the Gita, there is a shlok. It says, Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Dharayam Myahamo Pushnami Chaushadhi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmaka. So the divine principle is declaring that I have come to the earth through the somaras in the vegetables or vegetable matter, and the food we eat is called Aushadhi. So our fundamental disease is of hunger, and food is an Aushadhi for that. So if we have some disease, we go to the doctor, and doctor says that you should take the medicine. You should take 1 tablet in the morning, 1 tablet in the evening. He has given us the dose. Do we take the entire bottle at once? So why do we take food more than necessary for relieving our disease of hunger? We should eat when we are hungry. About that, there is no doubt. And we should satisfy our hunger. Food is meant for that. Food is not meant as an enjoyment. In Marathi we say, Vadani kaval gheta nama ghya Shri Hariche, sahajana havan hote nama gheta fukache. Jivan kari jivitva anna he purna brahma, ani udara bharana nohe, janije yajna karma. So food has to be consumed as a yajna karma or a sacrificial offering, not as a bhoga karma or not as a means of enjoyment. If we understand this principle about food, then food will sustain us very well. Food will keep us very healthy. All right. I have understood this principle from personal experience. That is why I'm sharing it with you. And at age 59, I'm still doing all these impossible looking yogasanas. How does this happen? This happens because we follow nature's laws, and nature keeps us very happy and healthy always. So please keep this one message in your mind. If you take just one message out of this presentation, I shall not eat until I am hungry. Other things will start appearing in your heart. You will understand truth as it is revealed. You don't have to be, dependent upon some guru or some book or some TV program for learning the truth. It will appear in your heart. Thank you.
Okay, Pooja Bhatia had a question. Pooja Bhatia, could you unmute yourself and ask it?
Pooja Behan, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, she's unmuted.
Namaste.
Hello.
Namaste.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, sir, I just wanted to ask you, some people, they have addiction of tea or coffee. So how should we control that?
If we understand that that is an addiction, then we will leave it, right?
Yeah.
Our addiction is, I will tell you, our addiction is not to tea or coffee or cigarette or alcohol or drugs. Our main addiction is to food. If we get rid of that addiction to food by only consuming food when we are hungry, then all of these addictions will go away. See, I showed you the example of my friend Vinay Pai. He used to drink at least 3 pegs for the last 30 years. When he first talked to me, he told me that I'm addicted to alcohol or I cannot live without alcohol. I said, I'm not telling you to leave alcohol. I'm just telling you to eat only when you're hungry. Okay, that's all. Keep drinking alcohol until you feel like. After about 4 or 5 months, his desire to drink alcohol disappeared. Then he quit, and then he called me. He says, Doctor, I have not had alcohol for the last 7 days. I cannot believe this change in myself. I said, this change has happened because it came from within. See, when the change is imposed on us from somewhere else, then it is called shasan. And when we do it from within us, it is called anushasan. So discipline and self-discipline. If somebody else is disciplining us, we feel like we are in jail. The jailer will discipline the inmates, is it not? Whereas when we impose self-discipline upon us, it is liberating. That is called freedom. Freedom is in self-discipline. Freedom is not in indulging. And freedom is not in splurging.
Yes, Preeti, you can ask your question. Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you, sir.
You are most welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Namaste.
I just wanted to ask you, because of working hours, there is a possibility that we cannot have our dinner at before 6 or sunset or 6 o'clock. Then is there any alternative arrangement for this?
See, I do the same thing myself. Okay. So before starting work, I have my breakfast. Usually I eat around say 8 o'clock in the morning or so. Because I'm up at 4 o'clock, by the way. That's
Okay.
why I eat at 8 o'clock. If I'm up at 7 o'clock and if I start eating at 8 o'clock, that's not okay. So if I eat my breakfast around 8 o'clock, then I get hungry around 1 o'clock for lunch. So I finish my lunch at 2 o'clock. Then until next morning, 8 o'clock, I don't get hungry. Dikshit principle. Dr. Jagannath Dikshit says, eat only 2 meals a day. So breakfast and lunch I eat. I don't eat dinner at all.
Okay. Okay. One meal you can skip.
Of course. So you observe, you experiment and experience it yourself. You figure out which 2 meals are comfortable, convenient for you. Do it.
Okay.
And see what works for you. Don't believe what I'm telling you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Dr. Shantara Bhole, please ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste. I just wanted to know that, many people cannot tolerate raw foods. Some may have irritable bowels and all. So what do they do? Do you advise boiling, sauteing? What is the other procedure that they can use?
If you cannot tolerate raw food, you can steam it, saute it, cook it, whatever you feel like doing. You gradually change. As I said, I used to eat cooked food all the time. I used to eat processed food. I used to love food. I'm a good cook. I used to cook very well. I mean, I still cook very well, but I don't eat. Sometimes I will do a stir fry vegetable myself because I feel like eating a stir fry vegetable. That's okay. So most of our food should be raw. I have done an experiment. I have done this experiment for a long time. Okay. Now I'm not that strict because I have control over what I eat. All right. So sometimes I will myself make my stir fry vegetable or I'll make a khichdi and I'll eat it. But I don't eat past my first burp. So if you cannot tolerate raw food, by all means, steam your food, cook your food, and then gradually change and see. Experiment for yourself and then see. I used to have an irritable bowel syndrome myself.
Okay.
It disappeared completely gone. You can call me separately or you can go to our sattva.life and try to figure out. We can have a session there also. That's not a problem.
So at present, what percentage of food is cooked and what percentage is raw? What is the proportion right now?
For me,
For you?
plan A is 100%. Most of my food is actually fruits and nuts. I rarely eat even vegetables and sprouts. Sometimes I will eat, not always. Most of my food is actually fruits and nuts. That is my plan A. I will say 90-95% of my food is fruits and nuts. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you,
sir.
Shantala. Vyoma Deshpande.
Yes, I have a question that
Namaskar.
how to find out the difference between hunger and craving. That is the first question. And second is, most of the times I personally have the habit to associate my mood swings with overeating. So if I am depressed or if I am not feeling good, I have the habit to overeat. So it is usually the habit of most of the people. So can you guide us as to how to control this mentality and have a good pattern of eating style?
All right. You see, most of us look at food as entertainment or as indulgence. All right. So before you eat anything, you eat whatever you like to eat. All right. Ask yourself just one question. Am I really hungry? If you can answer that question as an affirmative and emphatic yes, only then eat. Don't do any diet business. Don't change your diet. Don't change your diet to raw or whatever. Just ask yourself this one question. Am I hungry? And what is the difference between hunger and craving? If you feel like you are hungry, just wait for about 15-20 minutes. If that sense of hunger disappears, you start playing with your son or start doing something else. Take your mind off of your hunger. Don't look at food. Then whether it is hunger or craving, that you will understand. See, when we are hungry and we don't eat, our body does not stop eating. Our body will eat at that time. It will eat the stored material. Intermittent fasting is the only way to burn away fat within our body, right? If we don't eat anything at all, then we will get rid of about 200 grams of protein, 200 grams of fat. If you don't eat anything for 24 hours, just drink water. 200 grams of fat will be burnt, will have to be burnt by the body approximately. So if you're 10 kilograms overweight, then for 50 days, 50, if you do not eat anything at all, you will not die. Promise. Dr. Jagannath Dikshit has calculated this and told me this. So therefore, whatever kilogram target you have, I am 10 kilograms overweight, then for 50 days, if you starve completely, if you eat only your vitamins or whatever, you will not die. Okay, so we need to understand what is the difference between hunger and craving. We do that by deliberately not eating even when we are hungry. Skip a meal. See what happens. You will be fine.
Dr. Pooja Poddar for the next question, please.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Namaste.
Namaste. Sir, I am following this intermittent fasting since last 2 years now. But my problem of urticaria is not cured till now. I am on total, the way you said, I eat vegetables, I eat fruits, I eat soaked nuts, and I'm following almost like everything possible. But this itching is not going. And it is increased more during the lockdown period.
I think during the lockdown period, we are all bored. Maybe that's the reason. Okay. No, this is not a joke. It will happen. See, when we are bored, things will happen to us. Also, skin infections, skin diseases, they happen because of inefficient elimination of toxins from our body. Our body is not eliminating toxins properly and efficiently from the proper places. All right. So our toxins
so what should I try?
You should talk to some naturopath. I think you should try enema. If you try enema, you will eliminate the toxins built up in your colon and in your intestines more quickly, and your this thing will go away. Also, if you are eating
Patanjali Yoga,
you can see anybody who is able to give you enema or basti. Go to an Ayurvedic physician or a naturopathic physician.
I know about it. Yes.
So if you take basti regularly, if you do it for about a week or so, a lot of your toxins will disappear. And then you keep eating simple food. Keep doing intermittent fasting. And ask yourself this question every time you eat. Am I hungry or not? If we can answer this question affirmatively and emphatically, yes, I am hungry, then we should eat. We must eat. Okay. But if we are not hungry, we should not eat. That should be the number one rule of life. If you do that, all the other rules of life will become completely clear in your heart. Thank you.
Nitya, your next question, please. Nitya, next question. Nitya, can you unmute yourself?
Yes. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Namaste.
Namaste. My question is, what is your suggestion for thyroid patients?
Thyroid patients will also be benefited by intermittent fasting and natural diet. Whatever diet you are currently having, whatever diet your doctor has advised currently, you should continue that. Try to increase the gap between meals. Try it gradually. So if you are eating meals every 4 hours, make it 4.5 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Like that, you increase the gap. And then overnight gap, you increase from, say, it is 10 hours, make it 11 hours, make it 12 hours. So try to do intermittent fasting. Try to do a good, do some exercise. Do some good recreation. If you enjoy music, listen to music.
Actually, the only problem is I lose the weight, but the thing is that we put on the weight easily. Even if we miss the workout for 2 days or 3 days, something like that.
You see, weight will increase only if there is input into the body. Your weight cannot increase if you do not eat. So if you want to reduce weight, you cannot reduce weight unless you do intermittent fasting. You can do exercise. You can do whatever you like. You know, for 5 years, I used to go to the gym regularly. All the gym did to me was I became even healthier. I became like a sumo wrestler. You saw that. So unless you do the diet properly, unless you do intermittent fasting, you cannot lose weight. You have to do intermittent fasting has no substitute. You can do whatever you want. You will not lose weight. You have to do intermittent fasting.
Thank you, sir.
You're most
Guys,
welcome.
please, please be fast with the questions. We have got around 18 questions still pending. I would request Shyamji to please present his question.
Hello.
Namaste.
Namaskar, sir. I'm Shyam Mishra from Noida, Delhi.
Namaste.
Namaste, sir. I also attended your last seminar, which was organized by Pankaj Jaiswal.
Yes.
Sir, there was what you told that we should not take this onion and the garlic.
Yes.
But people say that in morning, one kali one should have. It is antiviral, it is antifungal, and is very good for stomach and all that. Is it like that?
If that is what you believe and if that is what helps you, then you should do that. As I said,
And one more thing,
you should do whatever suits you and whatever you like. Okay.
what
You
is
do the
your
experiment to
opinion?
find out yourself. See, in my opinion, I do not eat onion and garlic because of my own spiritual sadhana. So
Okay, sir.
it has helped me. When I eat, I recognize that there is, it doesn't suit me. So I don't eat. If it suits you, you continue.
One more thing, one more question, sir.
Yes.
This fruits can we have along with this cooked food or not?
I have eaten fruits along with cooked food and they do not bother me because I do not overeat. Our problems are because of overeating. So sometimes I eat a bowl of fruit and then maybe my wife has cooked some fresh rice or khichdi or something, or I have cooked it. I will eat. Not a problem. It doesn't bother me at all.
Dr. Mona Rai for the next question, please. Thank you, Shyamji.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, I would like to know your take on the protein intake and non-vegetarian and all, which is so much there these days. So I just wanted
Correct.
to know your take on that.
Absolutely. So protein is necessary for us and protein cannot be stored in the body. Just like the fat can or the carbohydrate can. See, carbohydrate gets converted into fat and then it is stored in the body. Protein cannot be stored in the body. So for our daily protein requirement, we have to eat our protein. All right. So if we don't eat enough protein, then the muscle will get burned away because the protein from our own muscle will be taken up by the body for its requirement. On the other hand, if we take excess protein, then that excess protein cannot be stored. So protein contains both carbon and nitrogen. The nitrogen will have to be broken down and then the carbon will be utilized just like any other carbohydrate and it is stored like a fat, and the broken down nitrogen has to be thrown away. That gets thrown away through the kidneys. If we eat excess protein, then our kidneys are overworked and our kidneys may fail earlier than necessary. All right. Also, non-vegetarian food you asked, right? So to produce 1 kilogram of non-vegetarian protein compared with 1 kilogram of vegetarian protein, the environmental resources that are required, the amount of land required, the amount of water required, the amount of energy required is phenomenally high. So it is a very inefficient way of providing protein to our body. Okay. So we should provide protein to our body from the most energy efficient manner. We are 7.5 billion people here. Okay. We are no longer 1.5 billion as we were in 1900. Now it is 2020, almost 8 billion. So how are we going to feed everybody? We have to feed everybody efficiently. So to be more efficient with the protein, we have to eat vegetable protein, not animal protein. All right. So that, and plus once the protein is consumed by the body, The body does not distinguish between animal protein and vegetable protein. It is all broken down to individual amino acids, and those individual amino acids are rebuilt into whatever protein we require. That is how the process works. All right. So it is much more energy efficient to eat vegetable protein. Also, vegetable protein is absorbed more easily in our body. Unlike animal protein. Animal protein you have to cook and all that. And then after that, it's much more tiring for our body to digest animal protein rather than vegetable protein. We are all
So, but
used
then,
to
sir,
eating. Yes.
so is it true that animal source of protein versus the plant source of protein? So, plant source of protein doesn't have well enough quantity for us to kind of assimilate and take in. Is there something like that? Is that myth? I mean, generally there is a myth around that.
Absolutely, this is a myth. Plant proteins are completely okay. It's complete protein. If you eat dal chawal or idli, dosa, it has complete protein. Who has told you that animal protein is essential? No,
So much
animal
of
protein
myth
is not
around that, like, you know, even I mean our children, they're so much into like the keto diet and all that stuff. It's like so much of it these days, which of course is also bothering, you know, it is bothering
absolutely.
the
So if
current
you
youth.
if you listen to other people telling you all kinds of things which you have not experienced, you will not know the truth. You have to know the truth from within. Only then you will understand. So you can listen to everybody, but you have to experiment and experience it yourself. Only then you will understand fully. See, what I told you or what I have told you so far, it's a nice, very positive story. It is the truth which I have experienced. But for you, it is only a story because you have not experienced it. So if you want to really understand or experience the truth, you have to experiment with it yourself. You cannot just listen to somebody and believe or not believe. In fact, I would say that you should not believe anything or anybody. You should not even believe me. Why do you want to believe me? I may be telling you the truth. I am telling you the truth. But unless you experience it, it's only a story. It's only a fairy tale. So you should experience it yourself and then only believe. Though then you don't have to believe at all. Then you will know it. So belief is always blind. You should not have any blind belief. You should always consider, okay, I know something. I don't know something. If I don't know something, I'll try to find out. That is what seeking means. Don't believe anything or
And
anybody.
plant source has enough protein for us to assimilate and consume. And
Absolutely.
I mean, plants.
Absolutely. There are thousands and millions of people worldwide who are completely vegetarian. Some are vegan. Virat Kohli, our champion cricketer, he is completely vegan. Do you think he gets less protein than you and I? No. Look at his muscles.
Right.
This is a myth. You will get protein only from animals. Those people who are in the business of selling animal protein, they have told you this. Okay? Because they make money out of this belief, your belief and your fear that you will not be able to get complete protein from plants. That's why you are afraid, and then you buy some animal protein and then they will make money. Of course, they will do the research to prove whatever they are telling you. So don't believe anybody or anything. Okay? Try to experience it yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. Ritesh, please ask your question and be brief, please. We have got lots of questions coming in.
I'm happy to sit here as long as it takes, okay? Because this is an important topic, and if you allow me, and if it's okay,
Doctor,
I'm happy
there are
to sit
18,
here.
20. I will even, after even adjourning the meeting also, we will keep the forum open for you to answer any other questions.
No problem.
Okay? So
No
right
problem.
now we are taking questions as many as we can till our time permits.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, Ritesh.
सर मला मागच्या 10 वर्षापासून थायरॉइड आहे आणि रिसेंटली कोलेस्ट्रॉल नॉट ऑन हाय लेवल्स बट डायग्नोज झालंय तर हाऊ गुड इज रॉ फूड फॉर these two things?
Both these things will be cured completely by this. Okay? Your thyroid problem will go away and your cholesterol problem will also go away. My own cholesterol used to be very high. It used to be above 200, 225. One time it was 250 something. It has gone down to less than 150. It has not gone up since then at all. I don't have any thyroid problem by God's grace, but I know people's thyroid problems have been reduced. Okay, it can go away completely. Okay. But you should change your diet gradually. Don't do suddenly. Okay, if you do it suddenly, then your body will rebel, your mind will rebel, and you will say, I cannot do this. Don't do that. Don't traumatize your body and don't traumatize your mind. Change gradually. You should go to our Sattva.life and see, we can have a session there if you want.
Jayashree?
So one more question. I just wanted to ask, nowadays many of them are suggesting like nutrition powders.
If you eat a well-rounded traditional diet that your mother, grandmother and great-grandmother used to cook, you will be fine. There is no need for any nutritional supplements. Nutritional supplements, again, people are playing on your fear that you are not getting enough nutrition, so you should take Complan लीजिए या Bonvita लीजिए या और कुछ लीजिए. Don't believe all of those things. These people make money out of our fear. Okay, buy the cheapest thing that you get in the market, because that is the one growing plentifully in nature around you. That is the cheapest, that is the best for you. So with natural diet, with eating what grows seasonally, locally, your food bill goes down considerably. Living like this is not expensive at all. In fact, it is the cheapest. Don't believe all these things.
Yes, Jayashree, please ask your question.
Yes, namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, so for teenagers and children also, you suggest that, you know, we start building up this kind of diet for them?
For children, for teenagers until the age of 18, there are not too many rules because they are growing up. So if they eat whatever they want to eat, you should feed them whatever they feel like eating. You should feed them more than 2 meals a day. This is the rule for more than 25-year-old people who are sitting on their desk all day and doing not much. So for them, 2 meals a day is good. For children, teenagers, they should eat whenever they feel like, whenever they are hungry. Make sure as a mother, you feed them freshly cooked food and give them plenty of natural food. So fresh fruits, seasonal fruits, fresh vegetables, salads, gently stir-fried vegetables, lightly steamed vegetables, all of those things they should eat plentifully. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. When you say you know, nuts are essential, so that covers everything. I mean, all the nuts.
Well, the nuts will provide you the essential fats and the essential proteins also. Okay, so you should eat plenty of nuts. Whatever you can digest, you should eat.
Yes, just a second. Just a second, Vishwasan.
That's the last one, sir.
Like, Jayashree, there are...
hair fall, sir. Like, you know, can you?
Yeah, hair fall will also be help. You know, your hair fall will reduce. If you are on a natural diet, hair fall will reduce. You should eat some good oils. Huh? By the way, you should eat coconut oil. The edible coconut oil you should eat. That will help you. And you should apply coconut oil to your hair also. That will also help you with hair fall.
Thanks, Jayashree. Vishwas uncle, just before you ask, I would request meeting attendance of meeting increment of 5 minutes from all of you all. Thank you. Vishwas uncle, please ask your question.
Yeah. Dr. Vikram, very hearty welcome to you. I suppose you are a Nagpurian. Is that
yes,
right?
I am a Nagpurian. मी नागपूरचा आहे.
Okay. वामनराव पत्तरकीन यांचं काही
Of course, ते माझे काका होते.
ओके ओके. ते संघ शिक्षा वर्गामध्ये माझ्याबरोबर होते.
फॅन्टॅस्टिक. आनंद आहे तुम्हाला भेटून बरं वाटलं मला. बोला.
हो छान. मी विश्वास सहस्रवडणी.
नमस्कार. वा वा वा.
नमस्कार. हा. बरं तुमच्याशी बोलायच्या आधी आय वुड लाईक टू स्पेशली अप्रिशिएट द अटेंडन्स ऑफ past district governor Lata Subarayadu from Mumbai 3140. The wonderful person. Nice to have her.
Thank
and
you.
Welcome, ma'am.
Dr. Pattarkine, आता माझे प्रश्न आहेत. People say that eggs are a wonderful source of protein.
Okay.
And in your talk, you have said that avoid animal products. How about eggs? Boiled eggs?
Eggs are an excellent source of protein for the growth of the chicken, not for my growth. For me, whatever comes out of the earth, all the protein that comes out of the earth is good for me. Egg protein is good for the chicken, not for me. So egg protein is good, excellent, but not for me. There is no need for us to. In fact, I will tell you, if we eat eggs, we don't really know whether the egg is of a female chick or a male chick. Somebody is unmuted, so can you please mute everybody except me?
Only Vishwas and you are on, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
No.
if you can.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let me complete the egg story here.
Okay.
Since we do not know whether the egg belongs to a male chick or a female chick, the male hormones or female hormones get mixed up in our body. So that's why people who eat excessive eggs, in females you will see some male characteristics, and in males you will see some female characteristics. So those things, there is no need for us to get into all that. It is best to avoid eggs completely.
Thank you, Vishwas uncle. Rishi,
No,
can
no,
you
my
please-
just
second
one
question, go
simple.
ahead.
Yeah, please, please. Sorry, Vishwas uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, please continue, Vishwas uncle.
Hello, you want me to continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, one simple question. People always say that oil is good for lubrication in the body. And you said that when you take raw food, you don't have any oil in the food.
The
So
oil
how
is in
does
the
that-
nuts. See, the oil is in the nuts. The oil is in coconut. So I eat coconut also. But
that
if you
is
need
allowed.
more oil than that, if you need more fat than that, then you can have oil. I eat plenty of oil. I'm not against oil at all. I will eat just a scoopful or a spoonful of coconut oil. I can just eat just like that. It tastes very good, by the way.
So this food will also be good enough for arthritis and
Yes,
all
indeed.
those
In
things.
fact, for arthritis, natural food is very good. You should eat plenty of fat. Okay, if you have arthritis, you should eat plenty of fat.
No,
You
I
should
don't
just
have
eat.
casual question, but,
That is
without
fine.
oil
In fact,
also.
you should massage your body with oil also. That oil will get absorbed into your joints and all that. You should do that. Yes, oil is good for us. Oil is not bad for us. Who told us? Who told you? Or who? We should not believe when people say that oil is bad for us. Oil is not bad for us.
Because you said food should not be cooked with oil. That's why I asked.
No, that's not true. I do stir fry vegetables. In fact, my wife says that I add so much oil to my stir fry vegetables. She doesn't feel like eating it, but I eat it very gladly. I like नागपुरी आहे पण नागपुरामध्ये तेलामध्ये पोहली पाहिजे ती भाजी त्याच्याशिवाय कशी काय चांगली लागेल.
Okay,
Thank you, doctor.
when you have
Thank you,
fruits,
Vishwas.
when you have fruits and green vegetables, can we sprinkle a bit of spices on that mirpur,
Absolutely, no problem. You can do that. By all means, do that.
Thank you, Vishwas uncle. Rishi, can you?
Okay, thank you. I'm through.
I am taking the last question, and after the session, after we adjourn the meeting, doctor will still be available. Those who want to ask questions to doctor after the session may continue to do so. Okay. I'll Rishi the last question in this meeting, please.
Yes. So some people have B12 deficiency because they are purely vegetarians. So should they be taking injections or there is some other way out?
There are B12 supplements. If you feel that you have a B12 deficiency, you have the supplements. There are tablets available. You can have those. And if you are that concerned about it, you drink milk every now and then or eat some animal product, milk product. Desi cow milk is okay for you if that's a concern. Otherwise, there are many other sources of B12 also. So don't be overly worried about it. See, it's not the intake of B12, but the absorption of B12 is important. Okay. So if our absorption capacity is okay, then even the little amount of B12 we get from any source will be absorbed properly in the body. So it's not, food means eating so much food is not important. That food has to be converted into, in Ayurveda, they say there are 7 different, I should say 7 different dhatus. Okay, rasa, rakta, mamsa, meda, asthi, majja, shukra. So all these transformations have to happen properly. For that, the body has to be healthy overall, right? So then you see, sometimes we see there is a tree on the mountain somewhere. How it is getting nutrition in the middle of the rocks and things like that. Whatever nutrition we get from our environment, our ability to absorb and assimilate that nutrition becomes better when we live efficiently. That is the trick, not eating too much food. Otherwise, eating too much food means your glass is already full and you are pouring water on it. What will happen? It will flow out. It will not be retained, isn't it? So we should understand food as a medicine, not food as a indulgence at all.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you,
subtle.
doctor.
Yeah, you are welcome. See, you can close this meeting if you want, and then I'll stay for a while.
That's what I'm telling everybody.
Yeah.
After we adjourn the meeting, friends, we shall give the option for unmuting to everybody themselves concerned. Doctor shall be there in the meeting. Whatever questions need to be asked, because there are a lot of questions still more. I can't possibly squeeze them in the meeting time.
Understand.
So I would request Mufazzal to please tell us about the next week's program. Mufazzal, unmute.
Okay. Thank you, Jatin. Our speaker of Friday, 21st August will be Mr. Pradyumna Sahasrabhujani. He will take an online Nagpur heritage session. The topic of his lecture will be Understanding Nagpur City from a Historical Perspective. So friends, please join in large numbers to take the tour of Nagpur with Pradyumna and get to know our very own Nagpur from a historical perspective. Thank you.
You have to unmute yourself, Manju. Yeah.
Thanks, Jatin. All our lives we've heard that one cannot think well or sleep well if you have not dined well. At the same time, our culture tells us that Jaisa Ann, Vaisa Man. Now, Dr. Patarkine, today you have given us some mind-boggling statistics and probably the easiest diet plan to follow. I'm sure most of us here shall change our lifestyles soon enough. And we are really very, very grateful to you for this. And thank you, friends, for joining in spite of a long weekend. Thank you, everybody.
Pinaki, can you just, we should please rise for the national anthem and we will keep the meeting on after the same. Thank you.
You are host now.
You can tell, you can just put that function in and leave. Allow participants to unmute themselves. Yes, I have allowed participants to unmute yourselves. Kindly do so in a manner. I need to attend another meeting. So, doctor is there and the meeting shall continue. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy to take questions if
You
you
can
have
unmute
any.
yourselves now.
Yeah.
So who will moderate now?
Participants may
Who will
unmute themselves
moderate?
wherever.
Thank you, Dr. Vikram.
Namaskar, Dr. Prakash.
Yeah, it was nice to hear you again.
Thank you.
And some more thoughts I could collect from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Hello.
Dr. Vikram, I
Yes.
need to leave for another meeting immediately. There's another meeting on at that place.
No
You are
problem.
also the co-host of the meeting, so kindly.
But Jatin, who will moderate the questions?
Everybody can unmute themselves right now. I have kept it in that manner. Doctor is a co-host for the meeting also.
Thank you. So when we are not speaking, we will mute ourselves. And
Yes.
when we are speaking or when we want to speak, that's when we will unmute ourselves and we can ask a question.
Thanks a lot. Please have a nice evening, everybody.
Thank you.
May I ask?
Doctor, what about ghee?
Okay, हाँ, मैं अब सबके questions लेता हूँ एक एक करके. What about ghee? So if ghee suits you, you can eat ghee. Ghee is a medicine. I will eat ghee as a medicine also myself. Food has to be eaten like medicine, as I said. So if you eat ghee like a medicine, ghee is good for you. So by all means, eat ghee. That's not a problem for you. So Lata Behan, you wanted to ask me something?
Yes, Namaste, Doctor.
Namaste.
Nice meeting
बताइए.
you again within
Nice
a
to
week.
see you. Yes, absolutely. Wonderful to see you.
And it was nice talking to you last night also.
Yes, please.
I just want to ask you, you mentioned something about shade plants that you should not have those. So what are the shade plants and why they should not be had?
Okay, they are not shade plants. They are called nightshade vegetables. So
Nightshade veg, yeah,
the
whatever.
nightshade family of vegetables, they include potatoes, tomatoes, eggplants, and a brinjal, bengan,
Oh my God.
tobacco. So and chilies, any kind of peppers. Okay. So these 5 things we should avoid because they have a neurotoxin, a small amount. So if you avoid those, your life is no less. Okay. I avoid those. I have not eaten them for the last, I would say 2.5, 3 years, and I have not missed them at all. Okay. That is the reason I avoid those. So if you avoid those, nothing wrong will happen to you. There is still plenty of food we can eat. Most of the time, as I said, most of my diet is fruits and nuts. So I love that. I enjoy that. And I'm very, very healthy because of that. I'm healthier now than I have ever been in my life.
Yeah, you look so.
Thank you.
And nuts, what is the quantity, maximum quantity of nuts in a day you can have?
You don't have to eat too much nuts, okay? See,
Is it
if I
somebody
don't
say
eat any,
fistful?
that's okay. I don't eat any dal. So my protein comes from the nuts. So what I do is I take a fistful of ground nuts or peanuts, raw peanuts. I soak them overnight. So that is my source of protein that keeps me going for the whole day. And if I feel like eating, I eat some more. You know, we have roasted nuts here all the time. Sometimes my wife will have sprouts. So I eat my protein through my nuts. And about one katori or one bowl, that is sufficient for the whole day. Otherwise, you know, I'm eating fruits. I'm eating sometimes I'll eat vegetables, but that keeps me going.
And dal is also enough for proteins. If you have 2 bowls, like one in the morning, one in the evening, that's enough
That is
for the
also
day.
okay. See, I will tell you, one bowl of dal versus one bowl of sprouts or one bowl of soaked nuts. The soaked nuts will have much more protein than the boiled dal. Okay.
Yes.
Because dal will be, it will fill you up, but it will not have as much protein as the soaked nuts. So soaked nuts, you can eat only half the bowl and you'll get the same nutrition as full bowl of dal.
And it'll take you time to eat also, so that
Yeah,
time
of
you
course.
satiate it also.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
More
So,
than 20 minutes and you feel full.
correct. Absolutely. Great. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for asking this question.
So, like soaked almonds, like you just peel them and have them. Soaked almonds.
Yes.
If
If you don't want to peel them, that's also okay. But you have to throw away the water because all the toxins are released in the water when the nut is soaked. So when we soak our nuts overnight, the water will contain all the toxic material. So you throw that away, you wash the nuts and then you eat. If you want to peel them, that's okay. If you want to eat them without peeling, that's also okay. It's not a problem.
and figs can be eaten, sir. Like
Yeah, figs can be eaten. I love figs. I eat figs all the time. I eat figs every day. Figs are also very good. So if they are too dry, you can soak them. They'll be easier to chew and easier to eat. But if not, you can eat as it is. Dry figs. I eat dry figs as they are. I don't have to soak them at all.
And when you said ghee, sir, like ghee is good. So cow, it's better.
Cow ghee is better. Desi cow ghee is the best. If you don't get
Homemade
desi
ghee.
cow ghee,
The homemade ghee of the
yeah, homemade ghee
malai.
of desi cow. So you buy the butter from somewhere, or
No,
if
I make of the malai.
you make of the malai, that's also okay. So in our case, we don't have any cow. We don't get doodh with malai here. So we buy cow butter.
Milk.
That is what we get here in the grocery store. So we buy cow butter and we make the ghee at our home. So that's how we eat the ghee. I mean, I eat the ghee like a medicine, as I said.
Sir, can you comment more on the hair fall of teenagers, please?
Hair fall of teenager.
Yes, sir.
See, hair fall is basically a matter of your skin. There is an imbalance in the skin, right? So for that, you are eating wrong combinations. Some wrong combinations must be eaten by, are being eaten by you or teenager. So if we eat traditional food, and you don't be afraid to apply oil to the hair. Okay. If you want, apply the oil to the hair, let it soak, let it sit, and then you take a shower, wash it off. That's okay. But these days we see, a lot of people say that we should not apply any oil to the hair and all that. No, don't do that. And if you are eating a balanced meal, if you are eating a balanced diet, then hair fall should go away. You should eat plenty of natural food in your regular diet. Okay. So make sure that you eat plenty of, in fact, I would say 50% of your total diet, total intake of food during the day, 50% should be fresh fruit, seasonal fruit. Then you will be fine. Even if you eat 50% junk, you'll still be okay.
But you feel very hungry soon if you have only fruits. It digests so soon that you feel hungry again.
I understand that. So what I do typically, I eat my fruits along with soaked nuts. Okay, so then that keeps me going for a long time. So if I eat my breakfast, say around 8 o'clock, today I did not eat breakfast at all because I was busy with something else and then I had to get ready for this meeting. So I took a quick shower and came down here. So I have not had any breakfast at all. The last meal yesterday was 2 o'clock. As I said, I have not had any meal since then. I just had a little bit of water, but I'm okay. I'm hungry right now, but it's not that I cannot sustain.
We should let you go.
No, that's okay. We can stay.
Okay, I'll take your leave, doctor. Thank you very much for your invitation. I have a lunch.
Most welcome.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Namaste, Vikramji.
Namaste.
Namaste. I have this thing कि पेस्टिसाइड्स वगैरह बहुत होते हैं, तो रॉ वेजिटेबल्स खाने के लिए वो एक डेटरेंट होता है. I love eating raw vegetables and fruits, but you have this, that they are sprayed with too much of pesticide, and whether even after ionization it will go away or not.
Correct. So you wash it to the best of your ability, and pesticide will be consumed. Even if you wash it very well, some amount of pesticide will go into your body. But then that our body is designed to throw away poisons. Okay. But the throwing away of poisons starts only after 12 hours after we have eaten the last meal. When can that happen? So if I have had my last meal at 6 o'clock in the evening, then until the next morning 6 o'clock, my body is still working on the food itself. Then the body will start doing the toxics cleanup. So between hours
Hello.
of 12 and 16, so beyond 12 hours after our last meal, so after 12 hours of fasting, then the toxic cleanup will happen from within the body. So if you do a 16-hour fast every day, you will not be afraid of any
Hello.
pesticides and things like that. The person who is
Hello.
saying hello, can you please stop for a minute, because I'm
Mute
not talking to you
yourself.
right now. So if you mute yourself will be great. So if you do a 16-hour fast, beyond the 12 hours, as long as you can fast, during that time your body will detoxify itself, and during that time pesticide will be driven away from the body. So don't worry about it as much. All right.
Okay. Because even things like palak, you know, you don't know where the source is coming from, and it is very easy to break the photon barrier, what do you call. So
Correct.
all the material, you know, gets absorbed. So you feel, you know, if you want to eat things like palak and sabji, whether you can eat them raw or, you know, probably cook slightly. So that
Understand.
was one.
Yeah, you see, by cooking the pesticide will not go away, by the way.
Yeah.
So by cooking you can kill the pathogens, but even the pathogens will not bother us. Okay, so I have eaten this raw food business. I've done this experiment in many countries in the world, including Dhaka, Bangladesh. If you go to Dhaka, then you will realize in Dhaka, the world's largest institution for gastrointestinal research, disease research institute is there. Okay, because any and all gastrointestinal diseases you can contract in Dhaka. So people there were asking me, Dr. Vikram, are you crazy? Are you eating like this in Dhaka? I said, no, that's okay. That's not a problem. So I ate like this for 4 days. No issue at all. No problem. So because if you do intermittent fasting, then you will digest whatever you eat. In fact, my rule of thumb is you should start cooking when you feel hungry. Then by the time you cook your food and eat, even if you cook very badly, you will still feel it's okay.
Great. The other question was, can we have different timings of eating? Somebody says, you know, you have to eat, you know, in a very disciplined manner at this time, otherwise you have irritation, Bowel syndrome or stuff like that.
All right.
So
Well, so yes, your question is valid and good. So if you can maintain those times, that is good. But during those times, you should feel hungry also, no? So if you have eaten a big meal for lunch, you will not be hungry enough for dinner. So if you maintain the time, then you will have undigested food in your stomach. That's not good.
Very true.
गेलो.
Thank you.
तिला हळद घुमवून लाव थोडीशी हळद.
देवानंद येलने, आपला जो मायक्रोफोन आहे तो अनम्युटेड आहे. आपण जे बोलत आहात ते आम्हाला ऐकू येत आहे. देवानंद, आपल्याला ऐकू येत आहे का मी जे बोलतोय ते?
यस सर.
हा, तर तुम्हाला जर काही प्रश्न असला तर विचारा आता.
हॅलो.
नंतर म्यूट करा स्वतःला प्लीज.
हॅलो.
नमस्कार. देवानंद, आपल्याला प्रश्न विचारायचा होता कुठला?
हो.
विचारा प्लीज.
हेलो.
मिश्रा जी, आप
सर,
थोड़ा रुक जाइए 2 मिनट के लिए. मैं देवानंद से प्रश्न लेता हूँ.
सर.
श्याम जी, आप रुक
सर,
जाइए 2 मिनट.
वजन कमी करायसाठी मला थोडं मार्गदर्शन पाहिजे.
बरोबर आहे. तर मी आजपासून 2 आठवड्यांनी 29 तारखेला डॉक्टर जगन्नाथ दीक्षित यांच्यासोबत माझी चर्चा होणार आहे. तर तुम्ही त्याला अवश्य या. त्याच्यामध्ये आपण हाच विषय घेऊ.
ठीक है सर.
नमस्कार. श्याम जी, अभी आप पूछिए, आप जो कहना चाहते थे पूछिए.
हाँ सर, मैं ये पूछ रहा था, जैसे आप कह रहे थे कि रात को मैं पीनट्स या ग्राउंड नट्स जो है मैं भिगो के फिर सुबह मॉर्निंग में यूज करता हूँ, क्या आप उसका छिलका उतारते हैं क्या?
नहीं, छिलका उतारना चाहिए ऐसा कोई नियम नहीं है. अगर छिलका उतारते हैं तो अच्छी बात है. छिलका नहीं उतारेंगे फिर भी आपको कोई आपत्ति नहीं होगी, लेकिन पानी फेंक देना चाहिए, जैसा हमने अभी कहा था. हाँ, पानी फेंक देना चाहिए, क्योंकि उस पानी में जो विष होते हैं ना उस छिलके के, वो सारे वो पानी में उतर जाते हैं और उसको फेंकना चाहिए.
नहीं, जैसे सर मैं मूंग की दाल स्प्राउटेड करके और उसमें मूंगफली के दाने भी कुछ डाल देता हूँ, वो मैं मॉर्निंग में खाता हूँ. इज इट ओके सर?
हाँ, इट इज ऑल ओके. पर जैसे मूंग की दाल या मूंगफली के दाने वो भिगोए ना हमने रात भर, तो उसके बाद में वो पानी फेंक देना चाहिए.
पानी फेंक देना चाहिए.
हाँ, पानी फेंक देना चाहिए. उसके बाद आप उसको स्प्राउट करें और बाद में खाएं तो अच्छी बात है. उसमें छिलका उतारने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है.
अच्छा, ठीक है सर. थैंक यू सर.
हाँ, नमस्ते.
Sir, then this is the rule for the same, like, all the grains that we soak, like, all the lentils
Yes,
also,
indeed.
like
After
rajma.
soaking, the water has to be thrown away. So the rule is the same. After soaking, the water has to be thrown away because that water will collect all the toxins of the seed covering. See, in nature, the seed covering protects the seed. All right. So if we eat a seed, or if an animal eats a seed, the seed is supposed to pass unaffected from the animal's gut. And when it goes into the soil through the feces or through the excreta, then the seed will start germinating. That is the rule of nature. So nature will protect the seed by the seed cover, which has the toxins. So those toxins get released because we soak. So because in the process of soaking, the seed thinks that now it is time to germinate. So then it will detoxify, or the toxins will get released in the water. So that's why you should you should throw away the water and eat the seed after throwing the water and washing it properly.
Okay, so if, it doesn't matter if you're washing it for 3 or 4 times,
It doesn't
and we
matter.
are keeping, yeah, the water
In
has to
fact,
be thrown in the morning.
Water has to be thrown away, and you clean the seeds. Of course, you should clean it 3 or 4 times and then only eat.
Yeah, so
You will not lose any nutrition. You will lose only toxins.
Even for walnuts?
Yes, even for walnuts, you should do that. If you don't do that, that's okay. See what will happen. As I said, the rule of that toxic material or pesticides is you have to fast beyond 12 hours. I'm not afraid of eating anything at all. I eat anything natural. I have eaten one time the greens I had in a meal was kadhi patta. So I ate an entire plate full of kadhi patta as my greens, like palak. It was so tasty. I cannot even describe it.
Oh, meetha neem.
मीठा नीम, yes.
Wow.
हाँ, अच्छा लगता है, खा के देखो ना, बहुत अच्छा
नहीं
लगता
सर,
है.
because we put ना खाने में तो हम डालते हैं ना, सारा खाने वाने में तो सब
कच्चा भी
डालते
खा
हैं.
के देखो ना एक दिन, कितना अच्छा लगता है.
अच्छा.
Yeah, it's tasty. Doctor, can you put in your website, please, once again in the chat box?
Sattva.life, sattv.life.
Sattva Life.
हाँ, sattva.life, www.sattv, उसके बाद में v के बाद में a नहीं है, sattv.life.
Okay.
All right.
Sir, and can you also share the presentation जो आपने दिखाया था अभी?
अभी ये मेरे चैनल में आ जाएगा थोड़ी देर के बाद. So there is a channel with my name, Dr. Vikram Pattarkane. If you Google it or go on YouTube and find out, there will be many other videos also. If you want to see those videos, great. On Sattva also, we have a channel for Sattva. So
Okay, wow.
SATTV उसका एक चैनल है. So उस चैनल में भी काफी वीडियोस हैं. हमारा और एक चैनल है NELG करके, नेचुरल इको लिविंग ग्रुप. उनके चैनल पे भी हमारे काफी वीडियोस हैं.
NEL. Okay.
NELG.
NELG.
नेचुरल इको लिविंग ग्रुप.
And sir, YouTube in the name of YouTube channel? You said channel.
They are all, search for my name only. On YouTube, if you go Vikram Pattarkane, if you search, you will get a lot of videos.
Okay.
So whichever videos or whichever topics are of your interest, you can look at those videos.
Sir, namaskar. I have one question.
Namaste.
Having raw food is more nutritious, or making juice out of it is more nutritious?
Okay, so
one is
what
more
will happen is nutrition, you will get more nutrition out of the juice, but only if your body really needs that nutrition. Otherwise, what will happen? You will put more nutrition into the body and the body is not in a position to absorb that nutrition. Then that will be excess. So then the body will simply throw it away. So it will be of no use. So if you eat the food, and when you eat the raw food, then you chew it. And in the process of chewing, our saliva also goes in with the food. Okay, that saliva has digestive enzymes. So they will help us with the food, with digesting the food and get the nutrition out more easily.
Okay, instead of juicing.
If you juice, that is also okay. It's not that juicing is bad. You can drink juice. But what will happen? You will use a lot of material and get a little bit of juice, right? So that's a big waste, isn't it? So if you eat the food as it is, then in less quantity, you will get better value, isn't it?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, Lauki is also good, no? Lauki is like.
Lauki is also good. I have eaten raw Lauki also. If it is tender, if you taste it and if it is not bitter, you can eat it. No, not a problem. But you like to cook, or I like to cook also. So lightly cook it. Don't cook it to death. And then stir fry it and then eat.
And you said no for mushrooms. Why, sir?
Because mushrooms are not photosynthetic organisms. Mushroom grow on dead material. It's a fungus.
Yeah.
Okay. So mushrooms are worse than non-veg.
Oh.
Because mushrooms subsist on dead material. Non-veg means at least the animal we are eating, that is eating live food, isn't it? That is eating photosynthetic food. Mushroom is a fungus.
Yeah.
So fungus we should not eat. Any other questions?
So wow, this has been such a wonderful session. Absolutely superb.
You are most
sir,
welcome. Go to sattva.life, and if you want to set up another session with me personally, you are most welcome.
Okay. And
All
so
right, great.
one last 10 to, you said 10 to 6 wala funda. 10 a.m. to 6
हाँ, 10 a.m. to 6 a.m. वाला फंडा ऐसा है कि हमारा जो जठराग्नि होता है ना, digestive fire, that corresponds with the position of the sun in the sky. तो sunrise to sunset के बीच में तो खाना चाहिए, ये तो रूल है. उसमें से जो strongest होता है ना, the sun is the strongest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. actually. वो तो ideally is between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. फिर भी मैंने लोगों को तो शाम को बड़ा लेट खाते हैं, तो ठीक है 6 बजे तक सनसेट से पहले खा लेना चाहिए आदमी ने. तो उसका वो फंडा है कि our digestive fire corresponds with the fire in the sky. That is the reason. So if you are eating only one meal a day, just eat lunch. ऐसा है.
You mean to say you should not skip lunch?
हाँ तो ठीक है ना, आपको जब भूख लगती है तब खाओ. जब आप when you are hungry, that is the time to eat. Don't eat just because somebody has told you that you have to eat like this, you have to eat at this time, that time. अपने आप से पूछो ना, खाना खाने से पहले पूछो अपने आप से, मुझे भूख लगी है या नहीं लगी है. अगर नहीं लगी है तो मत खाओ.
So then ending the day with a haldi ka doodh, do you recommend that?
अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है, आपको उससे कोई असुविधा नहीं है, if it does not bother you, you drink milk. It's okay. You find out by drinking milk how you feel in the morning, and you find out what you feel if you don't drink milk. You will find yourself. Who am I to tell you?
नहीं तो सर आप recommend करते हो ना नहीं पीना है ना, नहीं क्योंकि हम तो पीछे पड़े रहते हैं बच्चों के भी, और पियो.
हाँ तो ठीक है, आपकी माँ ने, आपकी दादी माँ ने आपको बताया था, इसलिए आप उसको कर सकते हो. बच्चे अगर नहीं बोल रहे तो मत जबरदस्ती करो उनके ऊपर. बच्चों को पता होता है, बच्चे अगर भूख नहीं लगी होती तो नहीं खाना खाते हैं. बच्चों में हमसे ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंस होता है. बच्चे को कभी आपने ओवर ईटिंग करते हुए देखा है क्या? बच्चे नहीं करते ओवर ईटिंग. उनको जब भूख लगेगी तब खाना खिलाओ, मस्त मौज में रहो. डोंट टेक दिस होल थिंग टू सीरियसली.
पर अभी तो डॉक्टर साहब को खाना खाने देना चाहिए, आई थिंक.
Yes,
I think
we've enjoyed, thoroughly enjoyed, sir.
You are most welcome. You are most welcome. Great pleasure talking to all of you.
Sir. Last question.
Thank
you, doctor.
No, there is one more question. Let me.
Yeah, there's one more.
Sir, I just wanted to ask you, if we eat by 6 p.m. and after 2-3 hours, if we feel hungry, then what? Can we have some green tea or some nuts or some in the night also? Can we have, or we should avoid that?
Well, you can experiment having it and you can experiment avoiding it. By avoiding it, I can tell you for sure that you will feel much better and much lighter in the morning. If you eat late night lunch or late night snack, then in the early morning you will not feel very good. You will not feel very light. You will feel heavy. You will feel lethargic. So करके देखिए आप उसका प्रयोग. And then you find out for yourself. I have done it both ways. As I said, today, right now, I have not had anything since yesterday 2 o'clock, except a glass of water. And I'm fine. I'm great. I'm not, I'm not dying to go and eat. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You are most
सर हमको फीलिंग आती है कि मतलब ब्रेन काम नहीं करेगा, we'll feel.
अरे ये सब हमने कहानियां सुनी है लोगों से. You have heard all these stories from people and you believe these stories. That is our problem. Believe मत करो. मैं तो पहली बार बोला था ना कि किसी के ऊपर विश्वास मत करो. Don't believe even me. You find out for yourself. If now you see me, I look like, it doesn't look like I have not eaten since 2 o'clock yesterday, right? And I look fine. ये proof है ना, living proof है. इससे आगे और क्या चाहिए?
Very.
So this is a compliment actually. You have a very a very strong glow on your face.
Yes, very radiant skin.
इसका मैं आपको रहस्य बताता हूँ. इसका राज बताऊं?
जी सर प्लीज।
इसका राज ये है कि मेरे सामने इस साइड में एक बल्ब है और इस साइड में दूसरा बल्ब है, बड़े ब्राइट है।
नहीं सर, असली वाला बताइए सर, असली वाला। Because no, light has a different. You have.
अरे
there's a
बाबा,
glow.
ये ग्लो के पीछे उपवास का ग्लो है, ये खाने का ग्लो
अच्छा।
नहीं है, समझे ना।
हाँ।
उपवास की एक कहानी बताता हूँ मैं आपको, चलिए, क्योंकि अभी बहुत हो
बताइए
गया है
सर।
सीरियस बिजनेस।
हाँ जी सर।
आपने ये दुर्वास मुनि का नाम सुना था क्या? दुर्वास, ये महाभारत में कथा आती है दुर्वास मुनि की। उनको बहुत भूख लगी थी, फिर वो द्रौपदी के घर गए और फिर द्रौपदी के घर में कुछ खाना वाना नहीं था और वो बड़ी डर गई। और ये दुर्वास मुनि बड़े तपस्वी थे और सबको शाप दिया करते थे,
हाँ।
अगर तुमने मुझे खाना नहीं खिलाया तो मैं तुम्हें शाप दे दूंगा। ऐसा बड़ा गुस्सा करते थे वो। तो ये दुर्वास मुनि एक दिन मथुरा वृंदावन गए, ठीक है।
ओके।
तो ये मथुरा वृंदावन की जो गोपियां, अभी सब लोग म्यूट कर दो अपने आप को, ये कहानी बड़ी अच्छी है।
ओके सर।
तो मथुरा वृंदावन में गोपियां थी, तो गोपियों को ऐसा लगा कि हम दुर्वास मुनि के पास जाएंगे, उनके लिए खाना वाना बनाएंगे, उनकी सेवा करेंगे और वापस आएंगे, इस तरह से उन्होंने सोचा। और फिर उन्होंने अपने बॉयफ्रेंड से पूछा, कृष्ण से, कि कृष्ण भगवान ऐसे ये दुर्वास मुनि आए हैं हमारे शहर में, हमारे गांव में, तो हम चाहते हैं कि हम इनकी सेवा करेंगे। तो कृष्ण ने कहा ठीक है, जाके आओ, क्या प्रॉब्लम है। तो फिर ये गई। तो ये मथुरा वृंदावन एक साइड है और ये दूसरे साइड में आए थे यमुना के। ही वॉज ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ यमुना, और यमुना में बाढ़ आई हुई थी। ये अभी ऐसे ही श्रावण का महीना होगा या कुछ होगा कि बाढ़ आई हुई थी। तो फिर ये गोपियां गई वहां पर और पता चला कि अब तो यमुना के उस पार जाना आसान नहीं है। तो वापस आई कृष्ण के पास, फिर कहती है कि कृष्ण भगवान ऐसा ऐसा है भैया, हमारी ये समस्या है, इसको कुछ करो। तो कृष्ण भगवान ने उनसे कहा कि यमुना जी से कहो, यमुना माता जी, अगर कृष्ण भगवान आजन्म ब्रह्मचारी है तो उस ब्रह्मचर्य की शक्ति से आप हमें रास्ता दे दोगी। अभी सोचिए, ये गोपियां तो हंसने लग गई, उनको लगा कि ये कृष्ण भगवान क्या कह रहे हैं, कृष्ण भगवान और ब्रह्मचारी। तो फिर भी उन्होंने मान लिया, उन्होंने कहा चलो ठीक है, ऐसा करते हैं। तो वो गई वहां पे और यमुना जी से कहा कि यमुना रानी, ऐसा है कि कृष्ण भगवान अगर आजन्म ब्रह्मचारी हैं तो आप हमें रास्ता दे दीजिए। और वो यमुना का लेवल नीचे आ गया, पानी नीचे आ गया, और फिर ये गोपियां चलते चलते चली गई दूसरी ओर। और फिर उन्होंने दुर्वास मुनि के लिए खाना वाना बनाया, उनको खाना खिलाया मस्त, और डकार दिया उन्होंने मस्त। हमारे अभी जैसा प्रिंसिपल बताया ना, ही गेव ए नाइस सेटिस्फैक्टरी बर्प, तृप्त हो गए वो। तो फिर हाँ, खत्म हो गई सेवा, फिर अभी वापस आना है गोपियों को। तो फिर गोपियां वापस जब आई तो फिर उन्होंने देखा कि फिर से बाढ़ आई हुई है यमुना में, अभी क्या करेंगे। अभी वो उस समय में तो मोबाइल फोन वगैरह कुछ था नहीं, तो फिर कैसा करेंगे। फिर वो वापस दुर्वास मुनि के पास गई और फिर दुर्वास मुनि को बताया कि देखिए महाराज, ये हमारी समस्या है, अभी हम वापस नहीं जा सकते, फिर क्या करेंगे। तो फिर दुर्वास महाराज ने कहा उनसे कि ऐसा करो, यमुना के पास जाओ और यमुना से कहो, यमुना रानी, अगर दुर्वास मुनि ने आजन्म उपवास किया है तो उस उपवास के बल पर आप अपना स्तर नीचे करोगे और हम पैदल जाएंगे। देखा, अभी अभी डट के खाना खाया है डकार आने तक, ऐसा है। लेकिन उन्होंने वैसा किया और यमुना का पानी नीचे आ गया और ये वापस चली गई अपने घर। तो उपवास जो होता है ना, वो उपवास कैसे होता है कि जैसे अगर जब हमें भूख लगी होती है तभी हम खाना खाएंगे और केवल अपनी क्षुधा शांति के लिए ही खाएंगे। If you eat your food only when you are hungry and only to satisfy your hunger, then you are always in upavas. Then you don't have to do Ekadashi, you don't have to do any Chaturthi, you don't have to do any Shravan Somvar, you don't have to do any Ashadi Ekadashi, nothing. If you do your daily upavas, then you don't have to undertake any kind of fast. All right, तो ये है उपवास की शक्ति। If you understand this, then you will never get sick. कुछ होगा ही नहीं और ये ऐसा ग्लो आ जाएगा अपने आप, फिर मेकअप वगैरह करने की जरूरत नहीं है। हमारी बहनों के लिए कितना अच्छा है, नहीं तो आधा घंटा तो मेकअप में ही जाता है। समझ में आया?
सर आप उपवास के साथ कोई क्रिया भी करते हैं?
उपवास के साथ क्या करते हैं? और
यानी मेडिटेशन क्रिया भी करते हैं?
यार मेडिटेशन तो मैं 24 घंटा करता हूँ, अभी भी कर रहा हूँ. I am living my life meditatively. See, if you focus on what you are doing, if you do only that thing at that time, that is meditation. So this conversation is happening in a meditative environment. Within my mind, I am focusing on what I am doing. That is meditation. Meditation करना नहीं होता है, meditation में रहना होता है. ध्यान करना नहीं होता है, ध्यान देना होता है. That is meditation. Meditation, देखो मैं जब तक meditation करूंगा ना, तब तक मेरा मैं जिंदा है ना. मैं मेडिटेशन कर रहा हूँ, मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, मैं वो कर रहा हूँ, ये इस मैं को तो खत्म करना है. सी इन मेडिटेशन द मेडिटेटर डिसअपियर्स. सो एज लॉन्ग एज देयर इज अ मेडिटेटर देयर इज नो मेडिटेशन. ऐसा है. तो ध्यान करना मत. देयर इज नो नीड टू डू मेडिटेशन. मेडिटेशन में रहना है.
पर एक फॉर्मली हम लोग सुबह थोड़ा एक 15-20 मिनट तो लगाते हैं. I mean, you know,
लगाओ ना. तो कभी कभी जमता है, कभी कभी नहीं जमता. आज का मेडिटेशन बहुत जमा था, मस्त जमा था. वो कोई आइसक्रीम है क्या जमने के लिए? ऐसा है.
So how about mustard oil, sir?
खाओ ना. मस्टर्ड ऑयल अगर अच्छा लगता है तो खाओ. फ्रेश मिलता है तो खाओ. फ्रेश नहीं मिलता ना आजकल अपने पास, तो मस्टर्ड सीडी खा लो ऐसे.
अच्छा, ओके.
बहुत मत खाना. लेकिन क्या होता है, ऐसी जो कुछ हम प्रोडक्ट खाते हैं ना, रिफाइंड प्रोडक्ट, तो वो रिफाइंड प्रोडक्ट की जो क्वांटिटी होती है, उसको बनाने के लिए रॉ मटेरियल कितना लगा होगा वो सोचो. उतना रॉ मटेरियल हम लोग खा सकते हैं क्या? तो जितना रॉ मटेरियल हम लोग खा पाएंगे, उससे जो उसका एक्सट्रैक्ट निकलेगा. जैसे ये गन्ने का जूस हो गया फॉर एग्जांपल. अब ये किसी ने जूस के बारे में पूछा था ना. सो अगर मैंने गन्ना खाना शुरू किया तो कितना गन्ना खा सकता हूँ मैं? मैक्सिमम 1 फुट 1.5 फुट एक बार में. ठीक है. उसको खाते खाते मेरे को आधा घंटा चला जाएगा. उसमें से कितनी शक्कर मेरे अंदर जाएगी? मतलब उतने जूस में से कितनी शक्कर बनती है? हार्डली 1 चम्मच. तो एक समय पर 1 चम्मच से ऊपर शक्कर मैंने खानी ही नहीं चाहिए. अगर खाई भी तो मैं तो खाता ही नहीं हूँ. तो इसका ये गणित है. सो इफ यू आर ईटिंग सम प्रोसेस्ड मटेरियल, then that processed material is being created out of a larger quantity of raw material, right? तो उसको सोचो. तो हम अगर रॉ मटेरियल वैसा ही खा रहे हैं तो हम वी आर वेरी एफिशिएंट ना इन दैट वे कि हमने फल खा लिया तो ऐसे ही है. तो फल का जूस अगर खाया तो 4, 5, 6, 7 फलों का जूस अगर खाओगे तो 1 गिलास हो जाएगा. तो यानी क्या हुआ, मैंने 7-8 फल खा लिए. उतना ऐसा हो जाएगा ना. दैट इज ए वेस्ट ऑफ दैट मच मटेरियल. सो आई वुड मच रादर ईट अ फ्रेश फ्रूट देन जूस. उससे इट इज मच मोर एफिशिएंट. और एफिशिएंसी इज रिवॉर्डेड इन नेचर थ्रू वंडरफुल हेल्थ एंड वेलबीइंग, एंड इनएफिशिएंसी इज पनिश्ड. तो अगर हम इनएफिशिएंट रहेंगे तो रोगी हो जाएंगे, और एफिशिएंट रहेंगे तो निरोगी रहेंगे. ऐसा है. इतना सिंपल है. मजा आया ना?
बहुत मजा आया.
सुपर सर, सुपर.
अभी छोड़ो. अभी एक और कहानी सुनो जाने से पहले. जस्ट वन थिंग
हाँ,
यू रिमेंबर
बिल्कुल
दिस.
सर.
So you see, our bodies are created out of the material that has always been on this planet. ठीक है ना. एक एक मॉलिक्यूल जो है मेरे शरीर में, that molecule has always been on this planet, isn't it? So it was in the soil earlier, or water, or air. So all these atoms and molecules that were in the soil, they were all put together by the plant. जैसे ये banana हो गया, mango हो गया, any fruit that you like. The mango tree magically converted the molecules from the soil and the water and the air into sweetness, into mango. So that mango has the exact same material, the same atoms and molecules that were in the soil earlier, is it not? So what I used to call soil, that same material magically got transformed into now what I'm calling food. And when I put that food into this body, then magically something else gets created, which I call a human being, right? Now you tell me that earlier, whatever was the soil, that same soil became food, and the same soil became this body. But you tell me, is this soil? There is something other than soil that is talking to you. ये मिट्टी का पुतला कैसे बात कर रहे हैं? उसके अंदर कुछ है ना जो बात कर रहे हैं. ये क्या है ये? तो every organism's body is created out of the earth. That is why we call earth as our common mother. We call her Mother Earth. ठीक है? And the mitti ka putla, this piece of clay, is talking to you because of a certain power. That power is called life. So that life is also common. The life within me and the life within you is not different. Okay? That life principle is called the father principle. In Christianity, they call it the Holy Father. हम कहते हैं परम पिता परमात्मा. मुसलमान लोग कहेंगे अल्लाह है, परवरदिगार है. That power is unseen, but it can be inferred. है ना? अभी मुझे बताइए कि हमारे जो बच्चे हैं उनको थोड़ी ये पता है कि हम उनके माता पिता है. उन्होंने तो मान लिया है ना. हमको पता है कि वो हमारे बच्चे हैं क्योंकि हमने उनको हमारे पेट से निकलते हुए देखा है. Confirmed है. We know by direct experience that my child is mine, right? But the child has only assumed that I am his father or mother, isn't it? अगर इस assumption पे मेरा सारा जीवन अच्छी तरह से चल सकता है, on this assumption my entire life can be lived very nicely, isn't it? तो अगर अभी मैंने जो समझाया scientific principles के basis पे कि the earth is our common mother who has given us the body, and life is the father principle who is making us alive. What does that mean? That means that we all have a common mother and we all have a common father. What does that make us? We are siblings. When we start living in this awareness, that is when we truly become human. इसलिए हम कहते हैं ना वसुधैव कुटुंबकम. इसलिए हम कहते हैं कि हे विश्वची माझे घर. ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज कहते हैं कि भूता परस्परे पड़ो मैत्र जीवांसे. Why does he say that? Because he has understood the oneness, the unity of us all. All the differences we see in the world, the differences of gender, the differences of race, the differences of color, the differences of religion, all of those differences are man-made. They are all imaginary. The truth is, we are all one. Okay? If we start living in this manner, that is when we become truly human. Otherwise, have you seen any animal eating more than necessary? Have you seen any animal collecting more things than necessary? Have you seen any animal exploiting or raping another animal? No. As long as we are doing these three things, we cannot even call ourselves proper animals. We are living worse than animals, isn't it? So when these three things are completely eliminated from our mind, not from our behavior, but from our mind, when we don't even think of these things, that's when we become proper animals. And when we start understanding that all living entities, you, me, and the dog on the street, all have the same mother and all have the same father. When we live in this manner, that is when we become proper human beings. So we all should live like human beings and not create any differences between ourselves, among ourselves. If we start living in this manner, then we will all live very happily together. Okay? We should all live in this manner. It is my wish and my prayer and my hope that we will realize what being human means. All right. Thanks a lot for listening to me so patiently. I'm delighted to be here and I'll be happy to come back. So if anybody wants to talk to me hereafter, you're most welcome to contact me. Happy to talk to you again.
Very nicely explained.
Super, super, sir. Super. Absolutely. And sir, you're a great speaker as well. Wonderful.
Thank you. Jayashree Bain, आपका दर्शन तो कराइए. आपने तो दर्शन दिया ही नहीं हमको.
All right. Sir, because
Doctor wants to see your glow.
Yes. Hello, sir. It's just that, you know, my audio and video, was not proper. So I
No
had
problem.
to.
बहुत अच्छा लगा सबसे मिलकर के. It's been a pleasure to see all of you.
Thank you,
And
sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
hope you see me as an elder brother rather than anything else. Okay.
Sir, enjoyed thoroughly, sir. Enjoyed absolutely thoroughly, and definitely, like, you know,
All right.
I'll
All of
right
these
away
things are
actually.
in our mind. You explained it so well, so well.
अरे
I mean,
बहुत
it's-
सिंपल है और साइंटिफिक है, ये कोई रॉकेट साइंस थोड़ी है.
ये आखिरी वाली स्टोरी स्पेशली मदर
मजा आ
एंड
गया ना?
फादर.
Amazing.
Nicely explained.
Amazing. All right. तो ऐसे ही मौज में रहो, मस्त हंसते रहो हमेशा. The best आभूषण जो है ना हमारे चेहरे पे, उसको कहते हैं स्माइल.
Yes.
So your makeup is not complete unless there is a smile on your face. So always remain healthy and happy. ऐसे ही रहो, मौज में रहो. All right. Thank you. I'm going to stop
Yes,
this recording now. I'll chat with